A 15-year-old boy has been fighting for his life as he was stabbed in an alleyway in a random attack in Manchester earlier this afternoon. These reports come as very disturbing, very sad, and my thoughts and prayers are with him, his family, and the community, and I hope that this boy pulls through. What I'm about to show you is some footage of the cordoned off area right now and what the police and the CSI are doing. And I've also got further news and updates on the attacker and the victim himself and what the community have seen. There's some eyewitness statements as well. But take a look at this footage first and foremost and let me know your thoughts on this.
So you want to start a business.
Apologies, people. These adverts come up, and there's no way of watching this video without this advert, so I'm just going to skip that. Housing estate. Very disturbing scenes there. And what we're going to say is this. Okay, what we're going to say is this, is we have almost been accustomed to that this week. We've had the Birmingham stabbing in the high street, in Oldbury. We've had the Huntington attacks. We've had the attack of Uxbridge, Wayne. It's really sad. And yet we've become accustomed to the blue tape, blue light CSI. But I'm not going to normalize that. We're going to still fight it every day. We're still going to bring it to you, the people. I still like to bring you these videos to keep you in check, grounded, realizing that this is happening every day. A teenager. If you have children yourself, you will know this one is hard. You know this one is sad. You will know that you don't want to send your teen or your child onto the streets and have fear of them coming back, or not coming back, or being sent to hospital, or having that dreaded phone call. We need to take this seriously, people. Welcome along to True Brit Media, the channel that speaks the truth, exposes the truth, and lives the truth. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 19,000. All thanks to your amazing support. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in the independent media. Hit that like button and get in the comment section your thoughts. What do we do about this? When does it end? How does it stop? And if you hate Starmer, just get it in the comments. Get it in there. Right. Let me bring you the timeline and scale of everything that's happened today then from this. So first and foremost, we have the following. That armed cops swarmed in a street in North Manchester following reports that a 50-year-old boy was stabbed in an alleyway. As I said, the teenager potentially life-threatening injuries and a number of ambulances and police vehicles at the scene were there and a police helicopter spotted overhead. Right, here's a timeline. Let's go right to the bottom of this, okay? So, as you can see, there was those cordons in place. A cordons in place on Woodlands Road near the Abraham Moss tram stop with several ambulances and police vehicles at the scene. An alleyway beside the tram stop has also been cordoned off and there's a heavy police presence outside the nearby leisure centre. So we've got a tram, we've got a leisure centre. And again, if you are in or around that area, please do let me know. But yeah, it's right in the heart of the community. This is no joke. As I said, this is no joke, a leisure centre. You know, there's going to be so many people there. More coming from it a bit later. And it's in the alleyway by the Abraham Moss tram stop. And the stabbing was in the leg. So that's another key event from all of this. The scene is taped off. A section of Woodlands Road has been taped off where there's assault. Okay, and again, you're going to be asking me, well, who's the attacker? What do we know? Well, here's a little eyewitness statement. We saw the young lad on the floor, says local resident. One Woodlands Road resident claimed that knife crime has become so frequent in the area. Local resident Jake Ellaway told the Manchester Evening News it's happened in the Ginnell towards the Metrolink stop next to Woodlands Road. It kicked off around an hour and a half ago. We knew as soon as we heard the sirens come in, then saw the young lad on the floor. The paramedics turned up, then the advanced paramedics arrived. He's been taken to hospital. Knife crime is so frequent in the area. A few weeks ago, a similar incident happened. It was only yesterday the two lads in Levershulme were stabbed. And that is in reference, if you haven't seen that there were two boys in Manchester who were involved in stabbing. One was actually taken to the hospital in the police custody, under police custody, as he was the aggressor. And the other boy who was stabbed did also have a knife on him and was using it in self-defense, as the claimed quotes are. So you had a stabbing yesterday in Manchester. You've got one today. And that local resident said there was one actually in that area a few weeks ago. And this is what I mean. This coverage of these stories are just not shown enough. Because I promise you now, if these situations or stories were flooded in the news all day, every day, the politicians and Keir Starmer would take note. Hence why I deliver them to you. Because I want you to take note. I want you to get angry. I want you to rise. I want you to tell your local MP, this ain't good enough. And it all comes from the power of the people. We will not normalize this. We will not normalize it. But here we go. This is the key thing. And this part here. No arrests have been made and police inquiries are ongoing. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you can see the emergency response there. Cops imposed stop and search after Stanford. Great Manchester Police have put a Section 60 in place until 10 a.m. on Wednesday to enable officers to stop and search individuals in the area. A Section 60 order allowed police to stop and search anyone with a designated area and specific time frame. And then, of course, the police have done their usual statement about there's going to be more people on patrol to help you. We're going to protect you. Oh, and then if you have any information or concerns about anything, please do speak with an officer. So we come to this situation again where we have an incident. And guess what? The attack is still on the loose. I think this is the fourth one in a row now where I've reported these crimes. And it's the same statement. Police are asking for help. Police need to help track down the attacker. The attack is still on the loose. Our society is not safe. And I think that eyewitness statement is really sort of hitting hard to me of this man has seen too many of this in the last couple of months in that area. By the tram, on the metro, near the metro, around the leisure centre, on the streets. He's normalised it in a way. And again, if you're a resident who lives there, I don't know how you can. This is why I've noticed so many people are trying to move out of cities. So many people are thinking about relocating. Let me know in the comment section if you're one of those people who is actually looking to relocate, to move, to keep yourself safe. Because I'm going to tell you now, I've done that in the last couple of months. I've moved from a city into the countryside. I've moved for that reason, for safety, for peace of mind. I don't want to risk it anymore. Living somewhere in these cities where you see these attacks daily, weekly, it just can't happen. We need our streets back. We need our streets safe. So I finally say to you is this. We need to drum these stories in the media. We need to share them. We need to get them out there. We need to know that our politicians know that this is going on. A 15-year-old teenage boy is fighting for his life. 15 years old. I can't. So let's hope he comes through. We'll be keeping an eye on this story, and there's a lot more stories to come tonight as well with the Epping protests. So stay tuned on the channel. Thank you for everyone for your support. I want to hear your anger. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your concerns in the comment section. That's where you can have your say. I'm out of here. Ta-da.